A John McCain interview that is getting plenty of airplay today on the blogs, in the Latino community, and particularly, interestingly enough, in Spain. This is an interview that John McCain did recently with a Caracol radio station in Miami. Caracol is the symbol for most of the Venezuelan radio stations and throughout parts of Latin America. The interviewer asks McCain if he would meet Spanish Prime Minister Jose Zapatero and invite him to the White House. She asks the question repeatedly. We're going to be talking to the reporter, Yoli Cuello, in just a moment. And I'm going to share with you what's being said and what's being written in Spain right now. But first, what I want you to do is hear this exchange between the reporter and John McCain for yourself. Here it is.
Senator, finally, let's talk about Spain. If you're elected president, would you be willing to invite President Jose Luis Rodriguez Zapatero to the White House to meet with you?
I would be willing to meet with those leaders who are friends and want to work with us in a cooperative fashion. And by the way, President Calderon of Mexico is fighting a very, very tough fight against the drug cartels, and I'm glad we are now working in cooperation with the Mexican government on the Merida plan, and I intend to move forward with relations and invite as many of them as I can, of those leaders, to the White House.
Will that invitation be extended to the Zapatero government, to the president itself?
Honestly, I have to look at the relations and the situations and the priorities, but I can assure you I will establish closer relations with our friends, and I will stand up to those who want to do harm to the United States of America. I know how to do both.
So you have to wait and see if he's willing to meet with you, or you be able to do it in the White House?
Well, again, I don't. All I can tell you is that I have a clear record of working with leaders in the hemisphere that are friends with us and standing up to those who are not, and that's judged on the basis of the importance of our relationship with Latin America and the entire region.
Okay, what about you? I'm talking about the president of Spain. Are you willing to meet with him if you're elected president?
I am willing to meet with any leader who is dedicated to the same principles and philosophy that we are for human rights, democracy, and freedom, and I will stand up to those that do not.
Jose Luis Zapatero basically is saying, as the president or prime minister of Spain, that he'll work with whoever is elected the president. But Spain's media is casting the McCain answer as a major slight to their leader. As a matter of fact, let's go up, if we can, Robert, and take a look at some of the papers that are coming in now. This is El País. El País is one of the main newspapers there in Spain. It says on the top here, McCain elude decir si su reunión con Zapatero de llegar a la Casa Blanca. McCain fails to say whether he's willing to meet with Zapatero and bring him to La Casa Blanca, the White House. So obviously it's a huge story over there. Let's look at this now. This is a direct comment now. The Prime Minister of Spain has reacted to McCain's comment. He says Zapatero considers normal that McCain has chosen to has chosen not to say, or pronounce there is the word that they use, whether he will be received in the White House. So it's a big story over there, obviously, across the pond. The McCain campaign, for his part, has reacted to this as well. They released this statement on the remarks. They say they were intentional and that he stands by them. This per McCain foreign policy advisor Randy Schuneman, who says, and we quote here, the questioner asked several times about Senator McCain's willingness to meet Zapatero, and I'd deed him in the question, so there is no doubt that Senator McCain knew exactly to whom the question referred. This because on the blogs there are questions as to whether McCain knew who Zapatero was. Senator McCain, it goes on to say, refused to commit to a White House meeting with President Zapatero in this interview. In this week's interview, Senator McCain did not rule in or rule out a White House meeting with President Zapatero, NATO ally. If elected, this goes on to say, we received this just about 10-15 minutes ago, by the way, he will meet with a wide range of allies in a wide variety of venues, but is not going to spell out scheduling and meeting location specifics in advance. Let's look at this last part. He then says he also is not going to make reckless promises to meet America's adversaries. It's called keeping your options open, unlike Senator Obama, who has publicly committed to meeting some of the world's worst dictators unconditionally in his first year in office. To be fair, the McCain campaign's response references Barack Obama's position on talks with foreign leaders, as you know. So we took a look at exactly what Senator Obama's position was on foreign leaders. Senator Obama's own website is what we'll quote here. Let's go to that. Obama and Biden are willing to meet with the leaders of all nations, friend and foe, it says. They will do the careful preparation necessary, but will signal that America is ready to come to the table and that he is willing to lead.